Hi, it's Dan from Precision Comfort Systems. This video will explain geothermal heating and cooling, the most energy efficient home comfort system available. This is part one of two videos, and we'll see how geothermal works and explain the geothermal earth loop. Let's start with summer air conditioning. When it's hot out, your home needs a machine to deliver cool air. But this machine must dispose of the heat somewhere in order to provide continuous cooling. Your indoor fan and duct system gathers the heat in your home and transports tens of thousands of BTUs of heat to the outside. Now here's the part you're most familiar with. When you walk past your outdoor air conditioner on a hot summer day, it's blowing hot air. This is the heat that's been sucked from your home, and the air conditioner is trying to expel this heat outside. But it's not easy when the air is already over 90 degrees. Now imagine we eliminate your outdoor air conditioners. In your yard is a very convenient source of cooling. It's the cool ground. Here we can install geothermal loop piping. The geothermal ground loop is connected to the inside geothermal system where your furnace is currently located. A geothermal heat pump can dissipate heat into the cool ground at a much better efficiency than a conventional air conditioner working in hot air. This saves a lot of money over a hot summer season. So here's your current setup on your patio with your family. With geothermal as an added bonus, your patio changes from a noisy machine shop back to the peaceful outdoors that only a geothermal system allows. In the winter, a geothermal heat pump has no flame and no combustion byproducts. And it will even improve the looks of your backyard. Here's a common source of heat in the winter. But there's a much cleaner, environmentally friendly, and much less expensive source of heat. It's the heat stored in your own backyard. The geothermal loop is able to harvest this heat from the ground and move it to your home. Geothermal loops come in a variety of shapes and designs. If you have about a half an acre of open ground, your lowest cost loop is the horizontal trench loop installed by Precision Comfort Systems. The length of the trench and pipes depends on the size of your home. Multiple loop pipes are arranged in the trench and then backfilled. The trench route is noticeable until all the soil settles back to normal. If you have the room, but obstacles prevent digging an open trench, we can always bore a loop path into the ground. Sometimes referred to as directional drilling, this loop can go well below or around most anything and has much less ground disturbance. This is a good choice for wooded properties. Even if you do not have the open ground, we can still install a geothermal loop in a tight spot by drilling a vertical loop. We need access to the drilling location for standard well drilling equipment. A short trench is then used to connect the vertical loop to the home. Sometimes a home has a lake that can be utilized for the geothermal loop. Loop pipe coils are sunk to the bottom of the lake. The lake needs to be large enough, deep enough, and close to the home to utilize this loop design. These 4 loops are called closed loop systems, where we circulate antifreeze liquid from the indoor components through the loop in the yard and returning to the home with added heating or cooling. Having geothermal is like having your own private energy source to heat and cool your home. These 4 closed loop designs, although different lengths and depths, will all perform the same. Precision Comfort Systems evaluates the heating and cooling load from your home, the soil type, depth of the loop, and even soil moisture. Then we run our loop design software to ensure a cost-effective design with proper loop length. Most geothermal systems are closed loops, but sometimes we consider an open loop. An open loop simply uses water from a well and then discharges the water in an adequate lake or river. Several conditions must be met before considering an open loop. Not only does a geothermal system save you money on your home heating and air conditioning, but it can also save you money on water heating. If your geothermal system is near your water heater, order your geo unit with a de-superheater and advanced controls installed. Then add a preheat water tank. Imagine the savings when your summer air conditioning provides free heat to your water heater. You're going to love your new geothermal heating and cooling system. Heat from the sun warms the soil in your yard, and you harvest the heat and move it into your home. It's not the only green solution, but it's the most affordable, and it's definitely the most scenic. One last thing about your geothermal system. The initial design, the installation, and future maintenance for your system should be done by an experienced geothermal contractor like Precision Comfort Systems. This has been part 1 of 2 videos. Be sure to watch Geothermal Part 2, where I show you some examples of how much geothermal will cost, how much you could save, and also how the geothermal federal tax credit works. This is Dan at Precision Comfort Systems. Don't forget to visit the rest of our website for much more information on geothermal and remarks from our satisfied customers. Thanks for watching, and give us a call with your questions.